So why is it important to be consistent, especially when things are not going the way you expected, when things may be going the opposite? Let's say you have a business. Why is it important to generate leads, do all that when you're not making money, when you're losing money, right? Or it could be health. Why is it important to continue, let's say, working out any shape or form, right? Couldn't just be going to the gym. It could be playing sports. It could be going hiking. It could be any of that. Why is it important to stay consistent when you're like, damn, my body doesn't feel any different, or feels like I'm not even changing or anything, right? So this is a topic that took me a while for it to click, but it was like super key. And I'm driving as I'm making this. So it was very key because think of it like this: is when you do the things, when you don't have the results, then when the results do come, you don't give up and you actually stay consistent. I've went through this personally where I wouldn't be consistent with, let's say, building my business, so that when I would make a certain amount, then I would stop doing the things and the money would go away. I would go into survival mode, then all over again, right? And I've seen several people in terms of, let's say, making money, because when, I saw a video that was like, you should start saving when you're broke, right? Saving money, putting money aside, all that. Even $10, $20 when you're not making money, because he was saying if you save while you're broke, then when you make more money, then you've already developed a habit of putting money aside, so that if something happens, you want to invest in something comes up. It's kind of, I call my saving account like opportunity account, because it's like if opportunity comes, you have that money. But if you don't save, because I used to think, oh, if I'm not making money, then what can I save? Because it's like I barely pay my expenses. But think about it, $10 is not that much. You could come up with $10. You could borrow it from someone if you needed to, right? But when you build the habit, then when you make more money, then you'll save more, right? Whereas if you're in the habit of just spending everything and you're like, I don't have money, all that stuff, even if you do make money, you'll end up spending it anyway. So this is a very key thing. Think of it as like, for me, let's say in my business, I do the same things every single day. And ever since I started doing that, that's when I actually started making sales. It's like almost predictable, which is interesting. And in terms of working out, when I stayed consistent, even on those days that I didn't feel like it, especially on those days, that's when I would just go and do some form of workout, and I would make it fun for myself, just to build a habit of doing it regardless of whether I feel like it or no. And you see, on the days that you don't feel like it, even if you do the bare minimum, it's better than doing nothing at all, because even the bare minimum will actually build the habit. And that's what I didn't realize. So in terms of making money, I watched the video. A guy makes a lot of money, like millions of dollars a year, and he was like, just doing the same things every day will get you past the 10,000 a month mark, right? And which is true. I have friends, I see the people who are consistent hitting those numbers. It's just, it took me a while to then get to that level. In terms of working out, I see the people who are in the best shape, they've been working out for 10, 20 years, 30 years even. I met a guy, right? And I'm out here trying to do it in 3 months, So, and there's one way you could be more consistent, which is getting clear on your why. Like, for example, let's say if you want to lose weight, ask yourself, and I read this in a book called Millionaire's Success Habit by Dean Graziosi, I think. And in there, he talked about this concept of, if you want to get clear on your purpose, which is create that burning desire for you to stick to something, because if you don't have the purpose, you're not going to stick to it, is to ask the question why 7 times. Because the first 3 to 5 answers that you'll get when you ask yourself why, it's just you come up with answers with your mind. It's not actually the being within you. But then when you get to a point where you keep asking why, then you get to a point where you can't give answers just from your head anymore. That's where you really have to dig deep and find that bigger reason of why you would do it. For example, you want to lose weight, ask yourself, why do I want to lose weight? And let's say you're like, because if I lose weight, I'll be in better shape and I'll be more confident. Okay, why do you want to be more confident? Well, because if I'm more confident, then I'll be able to, let's say you build a business, then you could be like, well, I'll have more confidence to speak in front of people, to give presentations and whatnot, and generate leads. Okay, why do you want to give more presentations and generate leads? Oh, because I'll make more sales and I'll have more money coming in. Okay, why do you want more money coming in? Oh, because I want to get that house that I really, really want. Why do you want that house? Oh, because then I could find the perfect wife or whatever and have kids and have a family. Let's say that excites you. And you could keep going until it's like you feel that fire of, oh shit, I see now, right? Now it's not that you want to lose weight because you want to buy a house. It's more so like there is a bigger reason to working out and losing weight now than just, oh, I'm gonna lose weight just because I want to look a certain way. And that's what happens most of the time. You see other people who are in shape and you want to get into that shape, but you start doing it with the goal of, oh, I just want that body. And then when you don't get that, because your goal is not big enough and it's not personable to you, and it doesn't create a desire for you, you don't have a reason to go and do it. But you don't know that those people who are in shape, they all have had bigger purposes and then got to a point where they built the habit. Because what if that guy worked out because he was like, he wanted to be in a better shape to show his kids that, look, regardless of what you go through in life, it's always important to stay disciplined with the decisions you make. And I made a decision to work out and I stuck to it. Maybe that's his why. Maybe his why is to get into shape because his partner, his wife, girlfriend feels more secure. That's a why, right? But it's like you have to find some why that for you, it would be big enough purpose to continue. And that's the thing that'll help you stay consistent, whether you see your results or no. At that point, the results become irrelevant in the sense of, okay, if I do these things, I know these are the right things. Let's say you want to lose weight. If I just work out and eat below what I'm supposed to be eating, which is what you normally eat, it's just we go further and we don't pay attention. If you just keep it simple like that, then you'll lose the weight at some point anyway, right? But initially, you may need that bigger why to do it. For me, my business, I was always like, oh, why do I not have sales? Why am I not making money? All that. And my mentor was like, okay, but what would you do if you had one sale coming in every week? And that's another form of a why question, is what would happen if? What would happen if XYZ happened? And XYZ should be some positive thing that you want. You see, most of us are like, oh, but what would happen if I don't make the sale? What would happen if I don't get results? But that just gives you more answers of the things you don't want. So then you don't go and build the thing because you're like, I don't want any of that. All right. But if you ask yourself, what would happen if, let's say, I make an extra $5,000 a month? Now you have a lot more things. You're like, oh, I could get that house I wanted. I could go on that vacation. I could help my mom. I could do this. And now you have more reason. And you could keep asking why until you're really clear. And then you could write that out on a flashcard, on something, and carry it with you. Or put it in front of your desk wherever you work. Or somewhere that you see it more most of the time. Put it on the fridge, whatever it takes, right? So I'll leave it at that. And I'm pulling up here to the Mercedes dealership. I want to go test a few of their cars. But yeah, I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.